Lesson 1. Introduction in Andragogy of Learning.
Adult learning theory, also known as andragogy, is a concept that has been around for years. It highlights the distinct ways adults best respond to learning, and it's a must-know for any training provider. Pedagogy (PDE) literally means the art and science of educating children, and often is used as a synonym for teaching. More accurately, pedagogy embodies teacher-focused education. Andragogy, initially defined as the art and science of helping adults learn, has taken on a broader meaning since Knowles' first edition. Andragogy asserts that adults learn best when 1. They feel the need to learn. 2. They have some input into what, why, and how they learn. 3. The learning's content and processes have a meaningful relationship to the learner's experience. 4. Their experience is used as a learning resource. See Bloom's taxonomy. 5. What is to be learned relates to the individual's current life situation and tasks. 6. They have as much autonomy as possible. 7. The learning climate minimizes anxiety and encourages freedom to experiment. 8. Their learning styles are considered. 9. There is a cooperative learning climate. 10. We create mechanisms for mutual planning. 11. We arrange for a diagnosis of learner needs and interests and enable the formulation of learning objectives based on the diagnosed needs and interests. Characteristics of adult learners. There are 6 main characteristics of adult learners according to Malcolm Knowles 1984, who was one of the pioneers in this field. 1. Adult learning is self-directed, autonomous. Adult learners are actively involved in the learning process such that they make choices relevant to their learning objectives. As such, adult learners also direct their learning goals with the guidance of their mentors. 2. Adult learning utilizes knowledge and life experiences. Under this approach, educators encourage learners to connect their past experiences with their current knowledge base and activities. Learners are taught ways to bring to their current placement past knowledge, opinions, and experiences. 3. Adult learning is goal-oriented. The motivation to learn is increased when the relevance of the lesson through real-life situations is clear, particularly in relation to the specific concerns of the learner. Adult learning is characterized as goal-oriented and intended learning outcomes should be clearly identified. 4. Adult learning is relevancy-oriented. One of the best ways for adults to learn is by relating the assigned tasks to their own learning goals. If the activities they are engaged in directly contribute to achieving their personal learning objectives, then they will be inspired and motivated to engage in projects and successfully complete them. 5. Adult learning highlights practicality. Placement is a means of helping students to apply the theoretical concepts learned inside the classroom into real-life situations. 6. Adult learning encourages collaboration. Adult learners thrive in collaborative relationships with their educators. When learners are considered by their instructors as colleagues, they become more productive. Adult learning theory, developed by Malcolm Knowles in 1968. Adult learning theory of andragogy is the concept or study of how adults learn and how it differs from children. It aims to show how adult learning is distinct and identify the learning styles which suit them best. 5 key assumptions of Knowles. Adult learning theory, a central part of Knowles. Adult learning theory refers to 5, sometimes 6 assumptions. Each one outlines the general ways in which adults perceive learning and how they prefer to train. A central part of Knowles' adult learning theory refers to 5, sometimes 6 assumptions. Each one outlines the general ways in which adults perceive learning and how they prefer to train. 1. Self-concept. As we grow older, we shift from being dependent to being more independent. 2. Adult learner experience. Adults have lots of experience from which they draw knowledge and references. We can take from these experiences and learn from them. 3. Readiness to learn. Adults want or are ready to learn when there is a reason, such as when it's directed towards growth and development related to their work. 4. Orientation of learning. As adults, we want what we are, learning to be applicable to our everyday lives instead of being general about a subject. We want to learn practical skills that help us solve problems and work better. 5. Motivation to learn. As children, we learn because of external factors, like parents and teachers. However, as adults, we want to learn for our own reasons, for example, to progress in work or to boost self-esteem. Principles of andragogy. Considering that adults have their own unique way of learning, there are 4 central principles that explain how to best develop training for them. 1. When it comes to learning, adults want or need to be involved in how their training is planned, delivered, and executed. 2. Adults gain more when they can pull past experiences into the learning process. They can draw on what they previously knew to add greater context to their learning. 3. Memorizing facts and information isn't the right way for adults to learn. They need to solve problems and use reasoning to best take in the information they are being presented with. 4. Adults want to know, how can I use this information now? What they are learning needs to be applicable to their lives and be implemented immediately.